When COVID hit the world at the start of 2020, no one knew how it would affect jobs or businesses. But one of the major effects that we have seen from the pandemic is an incredibly high number of people actually leaving their jobs, a phenomenon that has become known as the Great Resignation. Many economists have suggested that the Great Resignation is actually a sign of economic recovery. It indicates that people are confident enough to take risks. Why have people been leaving their jobs in such high numbers though? We'll get to that in just a second, but first, if you're ready to leave your 9-to-5 and start your own business, or you already run your own company, today's sponsor NorthOne is giving you the opportunity to win $5,000 and 10 smaller prizes of $500 for your business. From personal experience, one of the most irritating parts of actually starting your own business is setting up your business bank account. You usually have to walk into a physical bank branch and wait for hours sometimes to set up your business accounts. NorthOne's app and debit card mean that you'll never have to walk into a bank branch ever again. NorthOne takes all the hassle out of your business banking by keeping it entirely on your phone. You can send money easily through ACH, wire, and card payments, put your budget on autopilot with tools to help with business expenses, taxes, rent, and payroll, and sync your NorthOne account with payment providers that you're already probably using, like PayPal and Stripe. So like I said, NorthOne is giving back to small business owners like yourself with a $5,000 top prize and 10 other prizes of $500. To enter, all you have to do is click the link in the description, apply for a NorthOne account. It takes about 3 minutes, and once you're approved, fund your account with $50 and go into the draw to win. This deal ends very soon, so join over 320,000 businesses across America who have made the switch to NorthOne by clicking the link in the description and applying now for NorthOne. Business banking made simple. So back to people leaving their jobs. With all the downsides of COVID, people have responded with a wave of innovation. For a long time, business professionals have said that to make a great product, you have to solve a pain point. And with COVID, a lot of pain points arose at once. What is a pain point? Simply put, a pain point is a persistent or recurring problem that frequently inconveniences or annoys customers. When starting a business, the first step is to identify a customer's pain points. People are very inclined to pay for a product that solves those pain points. This means that unsolved problems are an opportunity for people to make money. The greater the severity of the problem and the more effective the solution, the stronger the opportunity. We definitely saw a lot of large companies take advantage of this. Zoom became a household name, and grocery store chains rapidly started investing in their delivery and curbside options. But we also saw a variety of small businesses take hold. Some of these small businesses were started out of necessity. Plenty of people lost their jobs during the pandemic and were now stuck at home. Whether it was restoring beat-up secondhand furniture or starting a bakery out of their house, people across the world took the pandemic as an opportunity to try their hand at starting their own businesses. Many of these businesses focused on providing services that were desperately needed in the pandemic, like creating custom face masks or offering home delivery for their products. And then there was the emergence of new marketing opportunities. With everyone stuck at home, TikTok exploded like never before, and soon Instagram and YouTube moved into the action with Reels and Shorts, effectively trying to capture some of the short form video that was now being created in mass and consumed by millions. An interesting phenomenon started arising with this short form content. Small businesses started going viral online, sometimes overnight, simply by showing the behind the scenes work of entrepreneurship and connecting with their customers online. Many people found the demand for their products and services soaring. As more small businesses went viral, the interest in entrepreneurship rose. People definitely started to become more aware of the advantages of actually starting your own business. If people are leaving their jobs en masse to start their own businesses, there has to be a reason, right? So let's break down the advantages of working for yourself over working for someone else. First, you are in control of your own time, and this is a huge draw for a lot of millennials. As people get older, they realize that time is the most precious resource that we have, and when you're running your own business, you have far more control over how you're actually spending your time. You can optimize to the best of your abilities, you can let clients go or downsize if you feel like your work is taking up too much of your life. In the same vein, if you find yourself with extra time, you can invest that time into your business. Second, you get to actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. Oftentimes, one of the most frustrating parts of a salaried job is that your compensation doesn't necessarily correlate to the effort that you put in. Obviously, when a salaried employee is hired, a flat rate is agreed to be paid each month. There's a general agreement on the amount of work expected and the quality of work as well, but oftentimes the demands of the job increase far before your compensation does. When you're working for someone else, that extra effort that you put in makes them more money, but it doesn't directly affect you. By contrast, when you put the extra hours into your own business, you get to directly see the effects of that. Third, the risk is greater, but so are the potential rewards. This is the most fundamental value of investing. Those who take on the risk get the reward, and starting your own business and investing in that is no exception. By sinking your own time and capital into an endeavor and taking full ownership of it, the rewards become far greater than if you were working for someone else. So what do you actually need to start your own business? It's relatively straightforward. We can't fit an entire breakdown of how to start a business in this one video, and of course we always recommend that you go consult with financial and legal professionals to make sure that you have all of that right. But here are some of the basic ideas of what you need to research and prepare for if you're starting your own business. First is a business bank account. The whole point of starting a business is to make money, so it's a good idea to have that business money separated from your personal money and those personal bank accounts. It's a good idea to set this up from the very beginning so that you don't have to mess with separating it later on. The second thing to look into is an LLC or different business structures. The whole registration and process for setting up a business is going to look different depending on your country, your state, and maybe even your city. However, if you are planning on going out on your own and starting your own business, this is something that you should be looking into from the very beginning. Third is getting the basic equipment and supplies you need, and you can totally do this as like a lean startup method. You don't have to have the most expensive gear to get started. Instead of investing thousands and thousands of dollars on equipment that you might need, it's better to just buy the essentials first. Over time, you'll figure out what you're missing and what is actually essential to run your business, and then you can build up from there. For example, if you were starting a photography business, you would need a computer, a camera, and some editing software. Many people would be tempted to go out and spend thousands of dollars on lenses, lights, and other accessories at the beginning. However, if you just wait until you get some extra experience under your belt, you're going to know what kind of supplies your company really needs. Of course, even though that all sounds great, we do have to talk about some of the downsides because there definitely are some risks when you start your own business. First, there are no benefits, and for people based in the US, this is a pretty big one. The US healthcare system is almost entirely dependent on businesses to shoulder the cost of benefits like healthcare, retirement, and life insurance. And when you start your own business, you're responsible for all of those costs. You no longer have an employer to cover those for you. Second is that businesses do fail, and they fail often. Yes, you have complete control over your business, but you're also taking on all of the risks. If your business fails, you'll have to deal with it, and unfortunately, quite a lot of businesses do. In fact, this is so normal that a lot of people who consider themselves serial entrepreneurs think that failure is an essential part of actually growing as an entrepreneur. Even though failure is accepted as a pretty normal part of starting businesses, it's important to remember that that can put a significant financial, emotional, and mental strain on you. Third is that it might take more time. So like we said earlier, you are obviously in complete control of your time. However, as your business grows, you might find that your time is consumed by the demands of your market. Whether you're selling products or providing services to customers, a surge in demand can feel overwhelming. Sometimes the most profitable times are also the most stressful stressful. In addition to that, it can be hard to separate your personal life from your work life when you are so involved with it and thinking about it all the time. Fourth is that you're likely going to earn less money for a while. Usually when people start their own businesses, they do it with the goal of making more money than they would be able to with a salaried job. However, some people are leaving behind quite large salaries, so if you're someone who's making like 6 figures at your salaried job, it's reasonable to expect that it's going to take a while before your own business can match or surpass that salaried income. And fifth is a lack of security, and this is really a combination of everything that we've talked about so far. If you ask salaried individuals why they want to stay at their current job, a lot of times the answer is simply security. When you are a salaried employee, you're guaranteed a certain income for the duration of the time that you work there. You know that your paycheck is going to be deposited into your account, you know that benefits are available to you, and you know that you'll have a set amount of money that you can set aside for savings or your retirement accounts. For a lot of people, this sense of security is important, especially if they have children, a spouse, or elderly parents that are depending on them for their income. So if that's you, even if you aren't the one that's actively trying to leave the workplace, the Great Resignation could still have a positive impact on your work life. If a large group of employees leaves the company in search of other work opportunities, you can take that as an opportunity to renegotiate your terms, even if you're wanting to stay. So let us know in the comments below what you think of the Great Resignation, what small business you would start, or if you've already started one, what that is. And remember to check out that link in the description to sign up for NorthOne for all of your business banking needs. And I will see you guys in the next one.